What's up, party people? I'm going live today mainly to check my technology, make sure everything's working right. I don't think I need the headphones, but so I want to give a rundown on the musical circuits. So, way back in the 1970s, there was a crazy dude named Timothy Leary who ended up receiving, I think it was like a series of images or cards, and there were 8 of them. And after studying them, he sort of distilled a theory on the evolution of life on planet Earth, the evolution of the human species, as well as the development of an individual. And then him and an author buddy of his named Robert Anton Wilson took the model and developed it further. And Robert Anton Wilson wrote a book called Prometheus Rising, which is dedicated to the Eighth Circuit model. And then one of their students or friends, Antero Ali, took the model and he wrote 2 books, one called Angel Tech and another one called the Eighth Circuit Brain. And further developed the model in a couple of really cool ways. And so I poured over this model from about 2005 to now. And being a creative type, I kind of wondered, like, well, what could I bring to this model? What could I add to it? My other obsession is music, and so I tried to make it musical. One of the epiphanies I had before this, one of the things that led me to trying to make the Eighth Circuit model musical, was the idea that the 8 circuits follow a similar pattern to the 8 notes of a scale, a traditional major or minor scale. And even Leary would mention this thing called the law of octaves. And it goes back to Pythagoras and even further. Can't say Pythagoras. There we go. And the idea is that 8s permeate. So octave being 8. So the guy who made up or discovered the periodic table had a whole theory on things repeating around the number 8. And so I decided that that was very, very similar to the way a scale works. And so what I did is I created the musical circuit curriculum to explore the 8 circuit model further, but also as a curriculum for people who want to learn how to play music. And so it's a great way to take an instrument and sort of teach yourself. And this is not a substitute for traditional music education, whether that's public school, private school, or getting your own private teacher. But if you don't have any of those at your disposal, you can use the musical circuit curriculum to learn how to play music. And the other beautiful thing that music is great for is what's called reimprinting. And so one of the things that Antero Ali and Robert Anton Wilson and Timothy Leary would talk about is a thing called imprint vulnerability. And each circuit is imprinted and further developed or based on imprint vulnerability. And when you're developing, you have these stages in life of what they call imprint vulnerability, that you imprint on a certain spectrum. And so the first circuit is physical, And I think Wilson and Leary called it the oral biosurvival circuit. Leary, I think, called it the biosurvival circuit, and then Robert Anton Wilson brought in the oral biosurvival circuit because he talks a lot about how the nursing experience is one of the main experiences that we imprint in the first circuit. So, based on your nursing experience, but also based on your experience as a fetus and then an infant, you imprint at a certain place on the spectrum between the world is safe and the world is unsafe. And it's kind of actually a forward back. I can approach the safe and I flee from the unsafe. And depending on your fetus or fetal and infant experience where you imprint, that affects your ability to feel safe in your body for the rest of your life. And I understand this theory. My experience has been those imprints when you are a fetus and infant definitely have an influence on the rest of your life. But as you develop, you're continually re-imprinting safety concerns. So you may have had a really ideal fetal and infant experience, but something may have happened while you were growing up as a toddler or even later that really affected the way you feel safety and feel safe in your body. And then that would further affect your development. And so what's really cool about the way Robert Anton Wilson, I think, and Leary explain the eight circuit model and develop it is that they talk about what's called re-imprinting. And re-imprinting is a technique for taking those imprints that you've developed over, and if you're not a fan of your current imprints, you can re-imprint in order to sort of heal from any kind of trauma that may have happened. And so music can be a really awesome tool for re-imprinting. So we're just going to keep it on circuit 1 today. I'll do some more lives about the other circuits and re-imprinting the other circuits. But one of the best ways to re-imprint the first physical biosurvival circuit is to use music to restore safety. And it's really can be amazing for this. So I have techniques that I call humming and drumming. And so you do a lot of body tapping and a lot of humming in order to feel safe in your body. It's a really good way to downregulate the nervous system and create a safe atmosphere for yourself if and when you ever need to restore a safe feeling, whether anxiety or some sort of perceived threat is hampering your physical safety and your ability to feel safe in your body. You can use music and humming and drumming to re-imprint. And so what I would love to do is to get any kind of comments once you watch this. Please comment, please ask questions. And if you'd like to go further into this, you can go to my website, zachwesti2c2.com. You can order the musical circuit curriculum booklet, or you can sign up for sessions on the musical circuits. And the basic idea would be you get an instrument that you're either familiar with or unfamiliar with, and you go through the exercises I've developed in order to both learn how to play music as well as re-imprint where you are on the spectrum of circuits. So please reach out, give me any questions. I appreciate you all, and we'll We'll see you later.